Got it.
So,
Hey everybody, welcome to 20 Sides to Every Story. My name is Casey. Tonight we're going to be playing some Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, and we are working our way through Vecna's Eve of Ruin. As we are doing that, we are also have our charity going on benefiting the Center for Suicide Awareness as I trip over my own tongue. If you would like to donate, please feel free to hit the link to donate on our Tiltify page and have that come through. All proceeds head over there. And you can also sponsor some nice things, player rerolls, DM rerolls, wandering encounters, sponsor an NPC, start a rumor, boon of healing, and resurrection. The players are currently benefiting from some charitable donations previously. They've got 4 rerolls to work off, 2 healers, and 1 resurrection that was sponsored by a nice fella, and that is hanging out there should they need it. And they just might, because they have faced down a Nalfashnee, the Nalfashnee that the Nalfashnee summoned. They faced down a Druger with a lot of fireballs. They faced down a Hobgoblin with a lot of stabs. They dealt with a Spider Dragon, and Percy has already lit up the donation with a $50 donation. I'm going to have to go double check what he has redeemed, but I believe $50 is either a lot of generous things or a wandering encounter. So I will check that in just a moment. The party is aware, because of the abyssal speak, that a yokel, a waxy figure known to hang about with Lolth, is lurking somewhere to the south and east, in the area where Gertrude the Cyclops was recently slain, as is the body of that spider dragon. Now, this all happened just moments ago. We're going to be in bullet time for a few minutes here as we get everybody caught up on what they can see and what's around them. Once we finish our bullet time, then we're going to head back into pretty much combat activity because the party will need to decide, are they pursuing that abyssal creature down that same hallway that caused all this trouble just a few minutes ago in character but a few weeks ago in game time, or are they going to try and rest and recover before doing that thing? Our character Las-Dal is not available at the moment, so whatever the party decides, he will be acting as rear guard, passageway guard, securing exits, that sort of stuff. And if you're like, why don't they just go back to their safe spot and take a nice rest? Back at their safe spot, Illustrial Silverhand, uh, the Silver Lady, daughter of Mistra, is currently looking down at a big pile of glitter that used to be all of her magic items and are now just a disintegrated pile of glitter. And somebody's
except for
got to,
one.
except
I'll
for
accept
one,
for one.
except for one, the chime of exile that is very important to the plan was avoided, but everything else went poof as somebody with big hairy arms gathered up all the magical items and looked down and saw a deck of cards and was like, what could be the harm? Drew one deck of cards and disintegrated all the magic items. So all these things are going on. As far as what the party can see, the party is currently in a room. In that room, up on the north side of the room, there is a ruby lying on the ground. They know that that ruby, if touched, will electrify the heck out of them. There is a set of double doors that are currently closed and locked with an arcane lock. Directly to the east, another set of double doors closed and locked with an arcane lock. To the south and east, a set of double doors that used to have an arcane lock on it, but that lock was dispelled. Those doors are currently open. That area has a couple of smoldering webs from the spider dragon. It has the remains of Gertrude also smoldering, and the remains of the spider dragon also smoldering from, I believe, Montgomery's fireball of not very long ago. We've got a pair of Minotaur skeletons under the control of Telovere down there. And we've got our party kind of clumped up in what would have been a delicious fireball clump. But we've got nobody to cast that fireball right now. We know that Gertrude was wielding a great club. We know that that great club is magical because as she dropped it, it whooped back down to convenient normal person size. but that currently lays on the floor to the south and the east. We know that there's a jail down to the southeast and then southwest. That's where Gertrude came from. We know that there's a hallway leading away to the east. And I think that's all the things we know. Players, is there anything you'd like clarification on in the area that you know or from experiences recently before we kick back out of bullet time into adventure time?
Yeah, since Loktar's taken that great club and it's magical, does that mean that it returns to its large size when he rages?
If he goes and picks it up, it just might. He hasn't quite got it yet because it's still down there to the south.
What if the Minotaurs take it?
Might get big. Just laying there
do
on
we
the
know
floor.
what that creature you mentioned that's down
Yokel?
there? The abyssal yokel?
Yokel, yep.
Like a local yokel?
Like a local yokel.
Do we know what that is? I mean, not a local yokel, but this thing.
Sure. Who is calling out what this may be? Who would be the one sharing the information about what they might know about yokels to the party? I'll be asking for an Arcana or a History check from somebody.
Oh, that would be me if it's an Arcana check.
Okay.
Loktar's bad at those things.
Okay. Telovere, go ahead and give me a Arcana or a History check.
Dang.
Not terrible. So, having heard the Abyssal called out, shouting back a little bit, you heard the Spider Dragon responding. Yokel is an abyssal creature, a servant of Lolth. It is very fluid in form, able to pass through webs, climb, and ooze all over the place. It's known to take the forms of drow, it's known to take the forms of spider, and it's known to have mind-altering abilities. I'd say that's about what you know of it from there.
Okay, I communicate this to the others in a normal tone where I'm not yelling.
Sure.
I'll roleplay properly when I'm finished eating.
Yep, no problem at all there. Any other questions before we kick back into combat time?
All good here.
All good there? All right. So, things that I'm going to ask for the party. The first one is I need a very special D100. This very special D100, you may choose whether you'd like to see high or low. If you choose high, you want a 51 or higher. If you choose low, you want a 1 through 50. I see Loktar Bo offering his D100. This D100 has a reputation. Do we want to use that one? Or?
It has a low reputation.
But I'm rolling.
Yeah, but she's never rolled before. It's always been me.
We're gonna see if it's still bad. We're gonna ban that dice.
Well, we could go with low.
You could pick low.
I don't think the moment we choose low, he's gonna roll like 100 on there.
Same.
How about you choose? Can she choose and then roll? Because she knows.
Somebody's gonna choose and roll it. So give me a call, high or low.
Go. Just say high or low and roll it. One or the other. Go.
Hi.
High numbers. Let's see 51 through 100. Give it a roll.
You read it?
60. Wait, 59 or 60? Wait, yeah, 59.
59?
59?
That's higher than...
Okay.
I thought it was 65,
That's higher than low.
But...
That's higher than low. All right. So
it's better than nothing.
Yeah, 59.
Good news. Right. Those of you who understand Abyssal can hear from that hallway that yokel creature calling out, "Come to me, my brethren." But there is no answer. I'm happy to tell you that the yokel has failed in trying to summon a second one. You'll only have to deal with one right now.
All right.
With that said, there is a wandering encounter that's been redeemed by Percy. This was not the roll for the wandering encounter. Now we need another D100 to see if this is a beneficial or a baneful one. For this, low numbers are bad, high numbers are good. Who's volunteering for the D100?
I'll roll this one, unless
All right.
someone else is gonna.
Fortune D100, what do we got?
That is a 66.
A 66, right there in the middle.
No, that's 2/3.
Little 2/3, little on the good side. All right.
Yeah, we're closer to good.
Closer to good. I know what that'll be. Wandering encounter, a little on the good
A
side.
monster.
Wandering monster, wandering encounter. I meant encounter.
It's the yokel,
It
the
is.
second yokel.
It is not the second yokel this time,
He
but
wandered
It is,
in.
it is in fact not the local yokel.
it is not the local
Yeah.
yokel.
Corn
But what this brings us to is back out of bullet time into combat time. Loktar. The fireball has just gone off, and Dawson has redeemed a $50 wandering
man.
encounter. May I have one more D100, please? As the audience starts to stack
Yeah,
up
I
an
can I'll
interesting
roll it.
night. You got it. Nick Duren,
I
what do we got?
We've got, oh baby, a 98.
A 98.
Wow.
Extraordinarily beneficial wandering encounter on this one. Okay, I know what
Yeah.
we're going to do there. It won't happen just yet, but it will be happening quite soon.
Just-
Loktar, what is your action as we go back into combat round? A great club has fallen to the south. Doors are still closed to the east, to the north. Glistening portal waiting for you to retreat. But what are you doing?
I grew big last turn for no reason.
You're big right now. You could stay big if you want to.
Let's see what he can see. 15, 30. Can I move past those? What are they called? Minotaurs.
You can. You'll. Yeah, because you don't.
This is 40 right here.
That'd be 40, and then it's difficult movement to get through them.
Oh, when does the difficult movement begin?
It would be as you pass through the lower one, because you can squeeze down to small spaces because you're a crazy bugbear, and they're live.
Oh, so only like right here, huh?
Yeah, so only an extra 10 feet to get through the southern Minotaur.
Okay, so 40 would be, that was 40, and then this would be 45, 50. I can't do that unless I'm attacking. So I guess
All right.
that's as far as I can get right there.
All
and,
right.
And I just go off what I can see on my screen, which is some big dead creature right here.
You got it. Gertrude's hulking form smoldering, a cyclops laying there amidst the ruins of burning web.
All right. I guess he'll like lean over and look at it, and then he's like munching on a berry.
All right.
I don't know. And then he's gonna freaking shrink because he can't attack.
All right.
Right?
Yep.
Dang, blast it.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
That wasn't a good turn. That was idiotic. Oh well.
All
I
right.
only had a week to think about it.
That's okay. Loktar, I think that berry was a hit point for you, so take your hit point, and
Yeah.
then Duren, what are you doing?
So, are we deciding, do we want to get healed, or what's the plan? Because like I could start casting prayer of healing, but it's 10 minutes.
Well, we just heard that it tried to summon another one and it failed, right? We probably should just press on and.
I mean, I'm at
Try and keep
18
it-
health. Oh, well, you know what? I'm just
Well,
gonna
I'm at
move over
19.
here.
I'm right there with you.
I'm gonna move over here, and I forgot I have a potion of healing.
Yeah, there you go. You're good.
So I'm gonna roll that bad boy. Wow, thanks.
5 hit points
Sometimes you
back
just
for
gotta face life head on. You know.
You know what? I will say that I went through that entire dragon encounter with only 18 HP.
See, there you go. Right? Because you can't run away from your problems. They come back and they'll eat you
I
alive.
tried.
I have a question.
Sure.
Well, Montgomery, do you have any healing potions?
I don't. Well, let me check. I don't think so.
Can I have like dropped one on my way while I was running so that he can pick it up?
You could
I
can
do
free action
not
drop
have-
one.
Oh. Hey,
I
you
do
got
not
one
have any
now.
potion.
All right, healing potion dropped behind. Duren, anything
Okay.
else?
That's gonna be my turn.
All right. Fortune, what do we got?
Fortune will go ahead and dash here up to Telovere. Telovere, I'm sorry I didn't believe in you. I should have just trusted you. And then he gives you like a little hug, and you get a little snot and tears on your clothes.
Telovere, who's like barely standing at this point, is just like,
Oh,
yes.
I'm sorry.
Watch the ribs, please. You're forgiven, Fortune. And I'm just gonna like stroke his head, like completely awkwardly, just trying to figure out what to do in this situation. Like,
His tail wags a little bit.
oh god, let's not make this a thing, please.
Does anybody know what
Okay.
happened to my torch?
Yeah, it's on the ground next to Telovere.
No, that's the orb of.
Yeah, that's the orb.
Oh,
Do we need another
I think
torch?
you tossed.
Did I bury it? Here, we'll drop another torch in.
Haha, magic torch, come to me.
There we go. Sorry about that.
It's okay. I was just like, this looks really dark.
Well,
should
we
I
are in
go
the
and try to
Underdark.
track this thing down? See if I can figure out where it is. Through all the
Yeah,
tears of Telovere.
you want to sneak in?
No time for that.
No time.
Mostly because I took too
They
much
surely
time
don't know we're
crying.
here.
I'll go ahead and use a
Never.
bonus action dash to make it the rest of the way here.
Okay.
One thing with the Ring of Free Action, it says restraint and paralyzed from magical means, but it makes difficult terrain, or it kind of like the mobile feat, difficult terrain doesn't slow me down. That is before it mentions by magical means. So I think that might be in effect all the time.
That is in effect all the time. Difficult terrain does not
Okay.
affect you.
Okay. We'll say that the crying on Telovere was an action, so I just bonus action dash and squeeze in behind one of the Minotaurs to try to make my way forward.
Sure. Can do. All right. Las-Dal.
Is not here.
Oh, what am I doing? Get out of there, you. Telovere, excuse me.
Sorry, I couldn't resist. Okay, so before anything, I'm gonna send Telatar and Minivere in. So let me pull up their stat block so I know exactly how far they can go.
And I will ask you, what is your instructions to them?
It is simply to proceed into the room and secure it.
They're not too bright. Could you give me a simpler set of instructions than secure?
Move in, kill anything that is not me or party members.
Got it.
So they have a speed of 40 feet. Let me do the math here. Okay, so I'm gonna do a little bit of this and a little bit of that. All right.
Okay. So,
So
I'm
moving-
gonna take control because I see where you're going. They're gonna
Yeah.
get to here. They are
Okay.
then going to see right there
Uh,
a slimy looking creature.
Well, then in that case, let me take a look there. That is Telatar. Telatar is going to. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to do some math here. Can I move them? And I want to make sure I pull this up so you can see. Can I move him like right here within zone of control, or is that going to instigate an opportunity attack? Basically, just moving like over. Because if they're right here, I'm assuming it is not a large creature.
It is not a large creature. He could have just walked over there. Sure, yeah.
Okay, cool. And then I'm going to move Minivere in where he was, so right there.
Okay.
So I'm assuming they both see it.
They both see it.
Okay, then they're both making 2 Great Axe attacks and 2 Gore attacks, so 1 each.
Great axe attack and a gore. Yep, got it.
Yep.
That's a big hit.
That is a 24 hit
Solid
with
hit.
11 slashing. That's a 14 to hit with 12.
Doesn't hit on the 14, but I believe they are both blessed. So give me an extra D4 because I haven't heard that the
that's
blessing had
right.
gone away.
Okay, cool.
Nice.
I
That's going to be a
forgot I
+1.
did
+1 is enough. So that will hit. You
Okay.
hear 2 squishy thunks and some yelping in Abyssal.
right.
And then
The second round, 17 to hit for 21 slashing,
Wow.
good hit.
and then a 19 to hit with 14 piercing.
Gotcha.
The Minotaur skeletons do not disappoint.
that.
There is a reason I invested in Minotaur skeletons.
They're
They
doing
were
their
pretty
job.
cheap too.
Yeah,
Only
and I know where to
250
get more.
a piece.
So, like, if
Yeah, we
Menavir and
always
Teletar die,
We can always go back to the bone zone.
Always go back to the bone.
I
zone.
plan on going to the Bone Zone regularly.
And yes,
And we can-
secrets. Sorry, out to the chat. Secrets are still being revealed when rerolls are used. We are stacking them up a little bit at the moment, just due to the chaos of the current fight. So we'll be recounting who owes me how many secrets. But I think the last thing we learned was Fortune is a puppeteer, and Montgomery has started to reconsider this whole dying thing. But Telovere, sorry, any other? What is your actions or activities?
Telovere is just going to take the dash action and move right there, and I'm bringing my orb with me,
Sounds good.
so I can't see the thing, but I'm just getting closer.
That is true. Montgomery.
I guess I'm gonna go pick up that potion that Duren dropped.
Mhm.
Don't trip
And
over it.
1, 2, 3. I think it was around here somewhere. So that's 15.
Yep.
20, 25. I guess I can get to right there.
You
Sounds
want to
good.
cheers and we can both drink our potions.
Well, I'm wondering if whether I should give the potion to Telovere because I think he's worse off, right?
You don't care.
You can, but I can also use a boon of healing.
There are boons of healing. 2 of them currently.
So I could pop one real quick, and then we could call that a day. Because if I go down, it's not a huge deal.
I mean,
No,
that's
he wants to be
That's
dead.
a special statement.
Oh, that's true.
What
You
can I
have a
say?
point.
What
All
can
right, I
say?
guess I will drink the potion then. How
All right.
much does that heal?
It's
2d6.
2d4 plus 2.
Nope. Sorry, the potion. Sorry, potion. 2d4 plus 2. You got it.
2d4 plus 2. Where's the dice? There we go.
All right. Montgomery, anything else for you?
2d4. Nope, that's it.
All right.
So 5 points altogether, right?
You got it. First thing that's going
What
to
I
happen.
got too.
Telovere. You will just see like a squidgy looking yellow waxy one eye peeking around from up on the ceiling. It looks like it's hung down from the ceiling, just peeking around the corner at you for a moment. As it peeks down at you for a moment, I'm going to need a DC 14 wisdom saving throw.
You know what? That's not one that I'm terrible at. So you know what? I'll take that. If it'll roll for me. Oh, it does not want to roll for me for some reason. There we go.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, it's a little bugged right now.
There we go.
Right.
Yeah, that's why I posted the
Ooh,
fix.
14.
Exactly.
Good news. You will not be turning against your party right now. All right.
It would have been funny though. I would have done my
Bad
best to
news.
kill you.
Bad news is the rest of the party turns against you.
Well, I mean, there is going to be some bad news. And so what we're bringing to the fray at the moment is a very good thing for the party, in the 98 range, and a moderate thing for the party. And I think the way that conveys is you hear a woman's voice, a very commanding tone, coming from the direction of the portal, and you just hear, "What in the 9 hells have you done?" You don't recognize the voice, but from the direction, from the inflection, Fortune, you would definitely recognize a Water Delvin sort of tone, accent to her, of the noble class, most likely. And another voice saying, "Easy, easy. I'm sure there's a perfectly logical explanation just take your time. And you see some light sparking up down that way. Montgomery, what you would be able to see is kind of coming down the hallway and passing through those doors. First, a human man. He is got sort of a close cropped, spiky hair. He's dressed in a green cloak. Below that, he's got a purple outfit. You can see he's got several gems about him, some rings, armband, brooch, that sort of thing. Following him, a woman, very well appointed, well dressed, darker skin, darker hair. And as the two of them come around, they just like both look towards you. Who did it?
Who did what?
He doesn't know.
Don't even try. Don't even try. And so
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Plausible deniability.
plausible deniability. Two adventurers will enter the. Loktar, in spite her incredible speed, you will still go first.
Oh my goodness.
That's crazy, dude.
Loktar, you hear this noise coming from behind you, and I think you know what's up. But
Wait, why does that say assassin?
why does
What
it
the
say
heck?
assassin?
I already killed
boy,
the
I
assassin.
wonder.
Because Illustrial Silverhand dates up. Loktar, you've heard what's coming behind you, but I don't think you can see around the corner right now. What are you doing in this particular situation?
Montgomery, direct them toward our foes. Deny all responsibility and knowledge.
What are you talking about?
Yes, perfect. Like that. All right. I will sally forth. I'm gonna move down and face the less scary threat. This thing. Oh man, what the heck is that?
That is a yokel, an abyssal creature. It is currently stuck to the ceiling. That's no trouble with your crazy expando arms. But it's looking down upon you with its waxy countenance.
Man, I only have one rage left. I feel like I need to save it.
Is
Is
rage
this
long or
stupid?
short rest?
Long.
Long.
Okay, I'm gonna do instead the dread visage. Gain some temporary HP and add some fear to the attacks.
Okay.
So, all right, and here come the attack. Oh, what am I attacking with? I don't even have anything. Can I pick up the club at my feet?
That seems like a real good idea.
Okay, good. All right, cool. Then that shall be done right here. Coming at. So not raging. Does Gloomstalker's Dread Ambusher thing, does that happen now, even though they went already? Is it because it's my first attack?
No, they have
It
already
happens,
gone,
right?
so you would not get a dread ambusher on this one.
Okay. All right, attack then. Regular coming at you right here.
Only against the silver hand would you have the gloom ambusher. So
Should have went that way. Maybe,
And that would be a choice.
Kick the great club up, grab it, and smack down on this thing right
Sure.
here with long arms.
You scoop the great club up, you swing down, it hits. It does some definite damage there. The great club itself, as you scoop it up, it feels like you're swinging a tree. The outside of it is a little bit burnt and gnarly looking. Down towards the end, it looks like that would be like where the root ball kind of was, and it kind of echoes out. And as you hit this thing, there's sort of a hollow, like boom noise, like it's like a wooden bell, like there's a hollow or a cavity inside the club itself.
Oh yeah, nice, like a cork bat.
Like a cork bat.
And again.
20 hits, 10 more points of damage there.
I guess it's just straight bludgeoning, not swapping it for anything.
You got it.
And that's it. That's it. Oh, fear save if applicable, if it can be frightened.
This
it would make
creature cannot be frightened.
All right. Yeah. All right. Cool. Guess that's that.
Milena von Talstiv stalks into the room, trailed by a young man trying to hold her back. She moves up to Montgomery. She looks between you and Duren. She's like, "Who did it? I can see the glitter." And she looks down, and you all look down, and you can see a trail of silvery glitter just like glinting in the light, leading, I think, right between you two at the moment, if I remember where Loktar has moved over the last few minutes.
Fortune immediately just like, I'm sorry, we needed these potions. It was a very bad situation. I still have 2 of them. You can have them back. Very sorry, brother. That was very rude of me to just take that from you.
And,
Admit nothing. You hear
and
from around the corner.
everything else?
Wait, what?
I have never seen a Lustriel cry before.
Wait,
Cry?
why is she
what
crying?
I married her, and I didn't even know she was an ugly crier. Do you understand what you've done?
No.
Guy behind him's like, just say sorry. Just say sorry.
We're definitely very sorry, for sure. Like, we'll make it up to her however we can.
Bigger problems right now, gentlemen.
What
Can
problems?
we kill the demon?
What'd you say it was called? A yokel?
Yeah, this is a temple of Lolth, so there's all sorts of nefarious beings in here.
As far as I'm concerned, Fortune, it could be your mother, and I would still try and kill her.
And
I don't know my mother.
Then it's a very real chance it is. Now get down here and kill this thing.
so they'll just kind of try and push past Montgomery and Duren. Milena, looks like it could be to help kill the demon, could be for other reasons. Her eyes are still kind of fixed on the glitter trail she's following. Montgomery, Duren, are you getting in the way, or are you letting her go by?
Yeah,
Oh no, I'll let her go by.
Opportunity.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, they're obviously from our benefactors, so yeah, we're not going to attack them.
Yeah, she's married to her. So.
She comes to a halt, just kind of looking through the doorway, her eyes like going from the glitter trail up to the glitter-covered fur of Loktar. And that's where her turn will end. Fortune.
I'm just gonna squeeze. No, please let me.
Wait, where did my turn go?
Oh, wait. What did I do to Duren?
What did you do
Duren!
to her?
Sorry, Duren!
You skipped me.
I just
Duren!
picture Loktar thrashing this monster with this giant club, and like his
One,
eyes like
two,
slowly
three.
turning to observe that she's coming. Like
Well, I
he's
would.
just trying to look busy.
What is this? All right, can I can see the yokel.
Yeah,
Can
you
I go ahead and
you
attack
can
it?
just see the edge of it. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. What do I want to do? Well, probably the only thing I can do, and that's firebolt it. Does a 16 hit?
16 will hit.
For 10 damage.
It sizzles on its
Oh,
waxy
nothing.
skin. It seems that fire is maybe not as effective as other things might
Oh,
be.
what the heck?
But it did work.
And then I have my turn.
Fortune.
That's some bullshit.
Now Fortune's turn.
Now I'll squeeze by the 2 newcomers here.
Sure.
Get in here. Oh my god, what is happening? in
Oh, hang
here?
on. Let me take Gertrude's body and the dragon's body out for.
Wait, I know. I was like, what the heck?
I like
Uh,
fighting on top of the corpses.
You are still
Where's
doing that,
Loktar?
but to make life a little easier.
You're under Loktar right now,
Yeah.
I think.
Oh,
I'll just scoot you down there for a second. There we go.
If possible, I'd like to stealthily be moving in here,
Go ahead and give me a stealth check.
trying to hide underneath Loktar and then through the Minotaur bones.
Sure.
I'll roll that here.
Fortune, the shield is gone, but I fear the curse may remain.
It would be difficult for most people, but I think you're okay.
That's a lot of natural 20s in just this 2 rooms. Yeah, so I'll squeeze by. I think Loktar's within 10 feet, so I can't throw daggers at it. But if I'm being stealthy, maybe I can get around behind it and just stab it.
Sure.
Bonus action dash probably to make the rest of the movement.
Didn't you bonus action to hide?
That is true.
You're a kitty cat, so you could kitty cat speed. I think you've recharged.
I can't remember if I have been stationary since the time I did use it.
I'm going to say
I moved
yes, even if you haven't. Just for
Then yes,
just
I
for
will-
convenience
I will
sake.
kitty cat walk. I will kitty cat walk my
You may
way
certainly do so.
behind this thing, and then take a stab.
As you get ready to take you stab, you get the feeling that somebody was watching you that whole time, and she's holding a crossbow, and she's watching to see where the glitter goes. Go ahead, take your stab.
Just like fur standing on end with no idea as to why. We'll roll this one with advantage.
Yes, please.
I think we'll hit.
27
And
is
I'm
a
going to roll
solid hit.
the damage here because it's just easier. So 7d6, 1 for the dagger, and then the rest for sneak attack.
Sounds good. We'll be taking all of it.
20 points of psychic damage, assuming it's not immune to psychic
It
damage.
is not immune to psychic damage. All 20 connect. Anything else for you?
And that will be it.
Telovere.
All right, so I'm gonna first off do the 2 attacks for Menavir and Telatar. So let's see, 16 to hit
16 hits.
and 19 to hit.
19 also will hit.
Okay.
I didn't
And then
see
we
that
got
19 come through. Yeah, there it goes. Got it.
And then we got our second round here.
Yep.
That is a 10, so that misses.
10 does miss. Yep, can't even get there with the
And a 21.
bless. 21 will definitely hit though.
Okay. So that is, what is that? 47 damage.
I will say it looks like it's maybe not doing as much as it could if it was magical.
That's fine. For Telavere's action, I have a question for you. Undead creatures are healed by necrotic damage, correct? So you can't use healing potions on them. Is that correct?
Not 100% officially established in 5e.
Okay. Then let me read something real fast. That was not what I meant to do. You can ignore that.
Ignoring.
Wither and Bloom.
Okay. Then I'm just gonna do that and use Wither and Bloom in that area, and it's just gonna hit the yokel. So it needs to succeed on a con saving throw, please. 15 or higher.
15 or higher on a con saving throw. It's gonna roll a 20.
That definitely saves. And that's my turn.
You got it. Montgomery.
Let's see. That's 5, 10, 15, 20. So, this glitter trail, where does it lead to?
To the big glitterly bugbear. Mostly his front. Like, his arms on the inside of his arms and his belly are just
Or just
covered in
huh?
glitter. There's a little bare spot around his waist where maybe his belt was... No, actually, his belt turned to glitter too, so he's got a little glitter
Right.
belt
Yeah.
going around his waist.
I was about to say, is he wearing anything? Actually, now that I think about it.
He was never really wearing much.
Okay, cool.
Less now.
I'm still not sure I understand about this glitter and why you're here.
Oh, I think he knows. She points to the bugbear.
Montgomery, now is not the time for such discussions.
Oh,
We have more
now's the
pressing matters
time.
to deal with.
You really want to hear that? You really want to have this discussion before you hear the crossbow twang.
Can I implore you not to shoot our companions until we've slain the demon, and then after that you may do whatever you need to. I don't care.
That's
Fair.
reasonable.
That's a deal.
Did she say fair?
She said fair.
Okay. Okay. I thought that's what she said. Okay. Well, that's as far as I can get. So
All right.
I'm getting low on spells too. So it's probably best not to do anything
I'm
at the
down to
moment.
my last ones.
Our yokel just drops off the ceiling. As it comes down, it just sort of inverts and oozes and tries to slam down upon Fortune. Fortune, you've got 2 slam attacks coming at you. Attack number
All
1,
right.
22.
That definitely hits.
Attack number 2, a 15.
That misses.
Did you have 27 hit points to survive attack number 1?
No, but I will uncanny dodge as my reaction to cut
Okay.
it in half.
27 cuts in half to 13?
Yep. So I have 3 HP now.
All right.
Welcome to the single digits party.
Now covered by wax and does not feel good on fur.
Does not. A lot of it just came away on its arms, like you've got
Get it off
strips.
me.
Loktar, what do we got?
You will die by my hand, banana. I'll try to crush it.
Loktar know what a banana is.
Oh, why not?
He's gonna go
Canonically.
reckless to impress this lady here, hopefully.
28 hits. 8 points of magical damage. It's not unconscious yet.
He swings like he has a death wish.
Oh, dang it. Oh, that's not good.
14 will miss. I don't think you
I'm
have
not
a
blessed.
bless. I don't
Oh, you know
think
what,
so.
though? I do have a Bardic Inspiration.
Oh, Bardic Inspiration being deployed. Let's
There
see
you
it.
go.
Yeah.
That'll bring it up to a hit. 8 points. It's not down yet.
Oh, man. All right. I guess that's
That's
it.
okay. I'll kill it.
Well, wait. The longer it's alive, the longer he's alive, right?
I'll heal it.
I'll move. I'll move. Or well, Fortune's right next to it anyway. But nevertheless, I'll move down here. Yeah, actually, that's a good idea. Let me keep moving that way.
I'm not sure how I feel about you using Minavir as a human shield or a Minotaur shield, I
You
suppose.
see him kind of staying right behind the thigh bone of Minavir there.
The lady
Seems very out of character.
walks along behind you, just following your glitter trail as you leave it behind. She leans her crossbow over, sights down on the yokel, takes a shot. Now, the question becomes, does the game skunk me right now by having her miss terribly, or do I get to get a good shot off?
I'm sad that Loktar is not close enough for the curse to attract her crossbow bolt.
She wouldn't even have known about it. I just.
So, she hits it. It melts away to nothing.
Wait, isn't it 15 feet?
No, it's 10
Not
feet.
done.
As
Oh
funny as it would have been.
boy! Wow! Yep. It's on the right. It's not in the shadowed box, so it would have been
Yeah.
very funny, but does not do that thing.
Dang.
Shoots him anyway.
The young man is running up behind her as she's just like puts one finger on the string, pulls it back, drops it in, takes another bolt, lines it up, looks over at Loktar. We are out of combat.
It only
Okay,
took
you
us a month.
magnificent genius. Or fool, I don't know. It doesn't matter.
A fine shot, madam. You may notice the magical nature of my weapon here.
Loktar.
That I grasp it with no Difficulty.
Okay,
It
I would
holds
like
together
to,
as one item in my hand.
I would like to try to intimidate her. To be like, if you hurt him, we're all gonna hurt you.
Oh no!
I do not co-sign to that.
I don't.
Telovere pokes his head around and goes, "No, we are not."
You're better off not touching him.
All right, Duren, go ahead and give me an intimidation. Telovere and whoever was leading up the no. Go ahead and give me a persuasion.
How's 26 do?
26 is nice. Who's trying to make this a little bit better?
13.
13? Okay. She sort of looks over at you. I'm not going to do anything foolish, but I still might kill him. What happened? And she turns and looks over at Loktar.
Very well. You. This creature upon which you stand, the dragon.
Mhm.
I wisely, in an attempt to fulfill your lady's request to
Mhm.
venture forth and whatnot, procured some items temporarily to borrow them,
Mhm.
to bring them back here to
Mhm.
to defeat that creature. I mean, you see this creature at your feet is large and
Mhm.
enough said,
Oh my
really. But
God.
some other things happened. I thought perhaps Montgomery had told me the power of the deck. It all
Deck?
lined up.
What deck?
Oh, Loktar, please tell me you didn't.
It was
There's a
there,
lot of
and
confusion shit coming from over here,
it's.
man. I
I
don't know
feel
what's
it.
going on.
It drew my hand, as opposed
Loktar!
to not the other way around. You see, it was the deck that drew the hand, and not the hand that drew the. You understand? And there was the talon of the creature, the very creature on whom you stand at present. Its talon was there. I saw it on the card. I believe this creature has something to do with all that happened hence. And I rest my case there.
So,
You may have the club if you wish. And there is also a very sizable ruby in the other room there. You may have noticed on the way.
so I thought that you may have betrayed her trust and tried to make
No.
off with all these items.
Oh no.
No, that's not what happened.
Those no.
No,
Borrow.
borrow. So you can return them?
I would gladly sweep them up and gather them.
So
Oh my
the
God.
dust is what remains of the item, is what you're saying. It's not that you took the
Yes.
items and were just somehow leaving a trail behind you. You destroyed them all.
No, none. I did not destroy. No, the dragon, his claw. You did not see the card, but please believe my words when I tell you. It
DM,
was
could
on
I
there.
could I
It
roll an
was there.
Arcana to see if I recognize what card he's talking about?
Sure, absolutely. Yeah, Montgomery, you already know. You've done your research, so you've already put it together.
That's
But Telovere,
25.
oh yeah. You've heard stories of the trickster god and his deck of many things, and the Talon card, which would cause the destruction of all things magical.
Telovere pokes his head around. Loktar, please tell me you didn't draw from the deck.
As I said before, Telovere,
Loktar,
it drew me. It
that's
was
not how that deck works.
And all
my very
all
own
the
Morningstar,
items.
gifted to me by my lord Hargek, is also dust. So we are
Loktar,
in this. We are in this together. I
You-
would remind you.
did you
And my
destroy
shield.
every? Did you?
My shield, Fortune loved that shield, and it's gone as well.
I hated that shield. Do not. Why are you
Loktar.
are you lying right now?
Are you
Perhaps that last
trying?
bit, but
Are you trying to tell me that you just so happened to have your hands on possession of every single magical item in her curio,
very long
and just
arms.
so happened to be magically inclined to draw a card from the deck, which our good friend Montgomery here has said on multiple occasions to not do?
Right. The whole
And
point I was looking for it was to keep people from drawing from that deck and cause them misery.
you
And then you turned right around and drew from that deck.
And just so, as
I'm
you
very
see,
disappointed,
it did
Loktar.
cause misery, you see, not me. It, as Montgomery has just so wisely said, it caused the
Loktar.
misery.
Look, Tom. Do you have anything to show that it actually did any good for us?
We stand.
Look, Tom, that doesn't help. Did you bring anything to help us?
Well, I'm sure
It's a yes or no question.
that perhaps the dust could still be of value in.
I turn to the assassin. He's all yours if you want him.
I've heard of things, magic dust and whatnot. Have you not heard of this? I believe all may not be lost. And the club. Remember the club.
Well,
And the
how about
corpse.
this?
The corpse. That's
How
good
about
meat.
this?
Good meat
we
there.
we still have to press on and find this piece of the rod. We still have worshippers of Lolth in here. Why don't we make a pact, and you could travel with us to keep an eye on your quarry here, and let us complete our mission, and then we can all return back, and we could let her deal with him as she may decide to do so.
Okay.
To get an itemized list and work very hard to restore the curio the best that we possibly can in our quest to get the rod. And
Yeah, we're gonna have to pause on our Vecna mission.
Fortune.
We're gonna have to take some time to to go on a
Fortune, if you're
scavenger hunt.
suggesting that you want to collect replacements for all the items that Loktar there has turned into this, I will humbly suggest that you look at becoming a lich or a vampire, because it will probably take you several centuries.
well, as many as possible, and we would still need them, until our quest is done, until we have
Yes.
accomplished our mission. Loktar, don't no.
Loktar, as
I'm
your
very
lawyer,
disappointed in you.
I'm going to suggest you stop talking for just a little bit
As your lawyer,
and ensure that we don't end up having to let you get killed by the nice assassin here.
So, so the younger man sort of just slides in between, and Milena sort of like takes a step back, just cool down for a second. And he's just like, all right. I don't know how you're gonna get out of this one, but lichdom probably not the ideal solution. I'm willing to help you get together your list of the items and find ways to source them. It's sort of something my associates and I do. Sorry, my name's Valerian. It's nice to meet you all. Wish it could be
Nice to
under
meet you.
better circumstances, but how about we take care of this task? I'm sure everyone will be a bit calmer if you have a successful mission. We'll follow along. If you need any spell casting services, I'm a mage of some note, and certainly not to Lady Silverhand's caliber, but will help out the best I can. Is there anyone in need of anything right now?
yeah, healing.
Ah, no, the
I
other
don't
sort of
think-
spell casting.
Prestidigitation, as I'm still lying on the ground covered in just the waxy body of this yokel.
See,
Me as
we would
well.
have
This
an
dust is
ample
quite
supply
itchy.
of healing potions and other unguents and
Shut up.
ways to improve you, if not for, and he gestures over to
Loktar,
Loktar. So we'll have to make do with what we have at the moment.
Loktar, don't say a word.
Well,
That sounds like a word to me.
on behalf of Fortune, this curse befalls me, but it, by extension, affects him as well. I was wondering if perhaps he might remove my arrows seem drawn to me, you see.
At this point, I feel like it's almost punishment for what you did.
Well,
Anyway.
why don't we start with this? I'll send my familiar down to check things out for you. And a little familiar goes scampering off. Comes back a minute or two later and says, there's kind of a gemmy crystal thing sitting in the middle of the room just over there. Solarians.
All
the one
yours.
north of us or down the hallway?
Yeah, it might hurt you, but go for it.
Just off to the east, down the hallway.
Oh.
So,
There's another one?
so
If you'll excuse me, I'm going to go do some investigation, friends.
So you say go get it, and the little familiar scampers off. Comes back in a second. It's just got this little hunk of gem over its head. It's yay high. It's that big. Looks like it could be a green crystal end of a rod sort of thing. Here you go.
Oh, is that it?
End of a rod, you say?
It fits the description.
Shit, that's what we need.
Oh, and then it just hands it up to you.
Perhaps they should have just wished for this creature.
That's one part of 7. They'd have to. It's a lot of wishes.
I see.
And
Should we
as
continue forward? I have
as
a feeling there's more enemies in this
as it offers
place.
up
Or do we
the
just... We have what we got and we should get out.
Well, we need to
Montgomery.
replace a lot of magic items.
Montgomery, would you take the end of the rod there, if that's what it is?
Yeah, I'll look at it.
sure.
Thank you.
You pick up the rod and you sort of look at it, and as you take hold of it, yes, this is definitely that, and you can feel it sort of imparting the knowledge at an instinctual level of where to go to find the next piece. And
Oh, heck yeah.
Montgomery, as you're holding it, hang on, gotta check my memory banks here. Yeah. As you're holding it, you get maybe like a sinking sensation, like that gut feel of knowing where it's telling you to go and maybe not wanting to be there, somewhere adrift in the astral sea.
I drop it.
Montgomery!
I'm not going there. I'm not going there.
What going
Going where?
Ah.
Also, wasn't
I'm
someone
so-
in prison down here?
I am
There is.
surrounded by fools and imbeciles
There is a prison
across
down
the
there.
entire realm.
You pick it up and you go there.
I will happily pick it up. I'm going to pick up the end of the rod.
You pick it up. So you pick up the end of the rod. You start to get that feeling that it's not here. It's somewhere else. And eventually it's okay. It's a realm of thought. It's a realm of magic. It's the astral sea, and you can kind of tell where it's trying to get you to go in a 90 degrees from reality sort of way.
I see what you mean now. Well, that's lovely.
Yeah,
Anyone
I
have
was.
any qualms with me holding on to this for now?
No, you hold on to it.
No, you earned it.
Don't die.
But I'm not going
Not
there.
me.
I was lost there for 72 years. I'm not going back.
I was
no,
imprisoned in the Underdark for 100 years. You can deal with it.
And I spent 5 hours inside of a classroom one time. It doesn't matter how long you were there. All that matters is that you need to be going back with us.
You'll have friends this time. You won't be adrift by yourself.
Lokta,
Hmm.
on the other hand, I may just shove off the boat.
Just know that if you
Wait, we
piss
have
us
boats
off,
there?
though, Montgomery, I'm kicking your ass into the space and you're going to be floating again.
Anyway,
So
Um,
Fortune has meanwhile snuck down to the south and west and is peeking into the jail area. There are 4 jail cells. However, the one on the western side has its bars basically bent open where Gertrude the Cyclops had made her way out. The second, going east, a elf lies dead on the floor. The third, a bugbear is slumped against the bench. And in the fourth, a hunched gray-skinned figure in robes. A worn chest sits in the northwest wall. The hunched gray-skinned figure sort of like looks up over at you. And
Trying
you
not to
realize
like
that
show his face.
it's looking with its ear.
Oh,
Speak out to it in Dwarven.
yeah.
Hail.
Yeah, I can also speak Dwarven.
Dwarven, you say?
Was it Dwarven?
Don't know,
It
but
it
he
it
won't know it's me.
tilts its head, still directing sort of its ears toward you. And as you speak, it mutters something back. Does any of you speak Undercommon?
Yeah.
Yeah, I speak Undercommon.
It speaks back in Undercommon. What's that gibberish? Its voice is very, very low, almost whispery, but it carries.
In Undercommon, apologies. I mistook you for a Dorgar.
Uh, do they look like us?
Doesn't speak Dwarvish.
Is he only he looks hunched because he's just hunching, huh? He's not actually.
He's hunched down.
a-
He's got gray skin. His eyes are almost permanently shut. He looks a little like this, except wearing a robe.
Oh,
Oh.
pretty.
Oh no.
Is he large?
Nope.
Or like regular?
Medium creature.
Have they taken your eyes?
They took our eyes centuries ago. We'll win them back.
Oh shit.
Well, the enemy of our enemy is our friend. Let's go ahead and let him out.
Fortune's going to sneak over to the middle one with the what looks like and kind of take a look at the bugbear and the elf, who seem to be, well, yeah, doesn't see if they're moving or not, if they're actually still alive.
Sure.
I'll come in with you.
You can show off your lockpicking skills if you want, but you know the keys are sitting over there in a pile of ichor near where you killed the Nalfashnay.
Someone want to grab the key? No, I'll go get it. All right, he'll run back and grab the key and just unlock the door.
Sure. The elf appears to have died of malnutrition and neglect quite some time ago. The bugbear, also rail thin. Hair looks lanky and bad, but it looks like maybe only dead within the last few hours to a day at most.
Was this because we got 2 people from the secrets about who was in the jail, the Cyclops and I believe one other. Was that the elf?
The bugbear.
It was the bugbear. Okay. Oh, we did hear about him. Kind of look for any identification, and definitely side-eyeing for any magical, but they're probably nothing magical on them. So mostly identification.
Sure, investigation check.
All right.
So,
Why did it roll it twice?
taking a look around, nothing on them. They've been stripped of their equipment. But that chest over there is probably a jailer's chest where things such as their equipment and stuff would be.
Yeah.
Identification, nothing on them.
Nothing. Okay.
Eyeless one. Were we to open your cage, what would you do with your newfound freedom?
Leave it.
That's a good answer. Shall we free him?
Sure, I've got the key, but Your responsibility. Feed him, water him, those things. And then kind of shifting through the chest in the before giving Loktar the key, assuming that the chest is locked with the same key.
Yep. You unlock it with that key. You open it up. Inside, you see a dagger, a longsword, and some odds and ends that were probably uh, in better condition before they were captured. Underdark navigation tools. I don't think any of you have Underdark navigation. Things like that.
No, but Fortune would definitely be interested in just like random kind of mapping and navigation tools, so
Oh,
he would
sure.
certainly take those.
Absolutely.
I mean, and the dagger and longsword, just because why waste perfectly good things?
Yeah, and as you take them out and you look them over, hey, these are actually perfectly good.
Huh. Stash them away to look at them later. Loktar, definitely hide them from him. Walk over and hand the key to him. Here you go. I'm gonna go rest over there just in case. And then we kind of like walk out of the room.
You cannot see this, but I have a very large club. And I'll move the key and begin to unlock the door.
I can hear it. And as you open it up, he moves over to it and sort of sniffs around, tilts his head a few times, moves past you. I'm free to go.
Unless you can help us in some way to defeat your captors, perhaps we could work together, if you're able.
I think by escaping, I've defeated them as soundly as anyone could.
Well, we all have our own definitions of defeat, I suppose.
Uh-huh. And he'll just kind
Could
of
you perhaps tell us of them? Who were they, and where are they, and how many are there of them, that we may squish them for you? Not that you require such a thing, apparently.
the servants of Lolth. There's quite a number of them about, I would say, 24, perhaps. They're planning something big. A strike against one of the settlements nearby. I could hear them. I can even hear them now. They're discussing something.
Which direction do you hear them from? I hear nothing.
They're away that way, and he gestures to the north. Behind several doors, at least. And I hear chanting, too. Magical? Yeah. Someone's doing something. A ritual? Yeah. And... oh. There's 2 of my kin up there. Interesting.
So now surely you will join us.
I've no reason to. I can go and hunt on my own. You don't smell of the Underdark. You smell of underplaces. Surface.
Mostly, though I've spent some time down here as well. As has he. I put it, Duren.
He
100 years, you said, Duren.
he listens to
Yep.
your arm, like the whiffle of your fur, and he moves his ear, and then he's scenting off in that direction. Yeah, you still smell the surface. Maybe we'll be enemies someday, but for now, just sort of moves to amble on by. Anybody stopping him?
No.
Nope.
You'll look at Duren. I like him.
I'll keep an eye on him.
Menivere, real quick. Menivere does have explicit orders to not let anyone touch the dragon corpse.
Okay. He walks across Gertrude's corpse, and then off and away.
I think I will tail him a little bit just to make sure he doesn't somehow walk towards the portal, even though I don't think they can actually tell it's a portal unless you walk through it. But just in case we're not letting him go.
Nope,
you know,
he'll
into,
continue on his way out, heading out into the Underdark proper.
Okay.
Leaving you all alone, silence descending once more, save for the skitter of countless baby spiders, all moving around looking for a home.
I think Loktar would be stamping those out as he goes. I just kind of.
They're everywhere. Telovere,
So
from where you're at, good.
Yes. No, go for it.
You can see down to the south, like a small bunks area, and then past that into sort of a kitchen hall. Away to the east, the dragon spider's lair with its giant piles of bones. It was at one point filled with webbing, but lightning bolts and fire have taken care of most of that.
You know, you had me when you said bones. I'm gonna wander in there with Telatar, and we're gonna go and do some investigation in the lair.
Sure.
you want to take a moment to rest, Telovere? No?
No.
Okay.
I refuse. We have a resurrection. I'm playing fast and loose tonight. All right.
Hey, bravery. This cavern ceiling is 50 feet tall. You can see at some of the edges there are big globs of webbing where the small webs have burned away to the anchor points and then just kind of smoldered there before going out. Scattered all around the area are masses of bones and debris. It looks as though the dragon spider has consumed them and passed them, mostly without chewing.
Lovely.
Like chicken wings, just except
You got it.
Is there anything that stands out in this particular room that seems out of the norm besides just giant piles of bones and webs?
Not that you can see so far.
Then I guess I will continue to just kind of move upwards a little bit. Just slightly, though.
Just slightly.
Just a little bit.
As you
Loktar's
ease
following
your
it
way
every
no.
6 seconds or so. Pop a berry.
every
Just
6
walk
seconds you
around.
pop a berry. As you
Yeah.
come up to the corner, you can see there's a little indent here, a little cave heading back away to the west.
oh, Telovere,
Mhm.
before we go too far, let me establish my connection.
By all
Montgomery,
means.
Duren, where are you two at? Are you following us or you kind of stand back?
I want to follow.
Should we follow? Yeah, I guess we should stay together.
You can
Alright,
hear
I'll
Melena
follow.
and Zalarian talking. Melena is like, they're stalling for time, aren't they? Zalarian's like, no, I'm sure they're just exploring. They're probably not going to run.
Telovere has 100% thought about running, but thinks he can get away with it by claiming he was out there trying to fight the dragon.
And I will establish psychic whispers with everyone. Let me roll a d10 here
Sounds good.
for 6 hours.
Look at all these giant piles of treasure.
Giant piles of treasure, mostly digested bones and other animals. It seems
You know
like
what's funny?
this spider dragon
That is
eats a
treasure to me.
lot.
Can you do something special with all these bones? Or do you need
Perhaps given like a year, I could create some very interesting creations, but nothing that I could do right off the cusp. If I had had this sort of collection at my disposal before, I could have summoned far greater creatures than just my good minotaurs here. I could have maybe even created some sort of bone golem. I've heard word of that.
All right, we gotta
Anyway,
grab all these bones.
Fortune be a dear, go search up there and look and see what's around that corner for me.
Yeah, I'll do that sneakily and hopefully not die. I know Telovere will save me. So there's like
Yeah.
a
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Televere's gonna save you. Yeah. Pair of double
That's a skeleton.
doors away to the west as you come around that little indented corner. The little lump that you see on the floor right about there, that's where that gem was, but you already have that gem.
Well, here's where the familiar picked up the gem, and there's some more doors going back towards the way we came, though we haven't explored that particular chamber. Can I sneak up to it and
the
just kind
eyeless
of
one
listen in
mentioned
on it?
some type of ritual. Perhaps it's taking place behind these doors.
Just kind of listen for any voices or movement immediately obvious there.
Go ahead and give me a quick perception check. That's a pretty good perception check. You hear movement. Slow, languid shuffling. The little thumps of tails. Little like whoof noise every once in a while. Animals, four-legged, fairly big. They got tails on them. Maybe four of them. Uh-oh, we're losing Nick. Nick, don't go!
I'm here.
Okay.
I'm here. I'm here.
Totally
got
believe
okay.
you.
He got too comfy.
Too comfy.
Okay.
I seem to sense or hear like 4 animal creatures in here. I don't know if we want to tempt it or just open it, throw a fireball, and then close the door.
Well, do we even have a fireball to throw at this point? Oh shit, I fell behind. I tripped and fell.
Tripped and fell.
We don't have the fireball to do it, so if there's no need to open the door, let's not open the door yet.
Yep, sounds fine with me.
Yeah, I have one fireball left. We probably should hold on to it.
I have absolutely nothing left, to be honest with you. Just a few paltry spells left. Anyway, forward on.
Keep kind of making the way downtown.
You ease your way up,
Downtown.
continuing on.
Seems like a dead end.
Seems like a dead
Or
end.
those
I don't trust that.
What would you like to do about not trusting that?
Well, that's not me. That's Lothar.
Oh, okay.
Duren, you have an idea?
There are no visible passages to the north or south.
This wall goes to directions we know we haven't explored.
Are these webs above us, or am I just walking through them?
They're mostly
think they've
burned off
burnt-
at this
they've
point,
burned off.
so there are still a
Okay.
few up there, but nothing to get in your way.
Oh, there's something up there.
That was the end of the rod. We've gotten that already.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, it looks like it's either gold or a really big pile of vomit.
Basically, the vomit.
That's the
Telovere is going to roll an investigation check, just looking around to see if there's anything that seems off about this chamber.
Certainly may.
Unfortunately, we'll kind of do it along the left wall here.
That is a 7.
I mean, everything seems off in this area. You're like, it's a spider dragon. Shouldn't it be like sucking out the juices? So why is it eating the flesh? But maybe that's the dragon part. Nothing really makes sense in here.
I don't like this place.
Can I
do appreciate
investigate
it's-
along the
it's-
left wall? Sorry.
Sure.
Can you just like stick your head in the
There we
window or in the door, Fortune? Do a little.
Where? What?
Isn't these doors down here?
Yep.
Oh
the
yeah,
only-
I was listening. There's some animals that seem to be walking around in there.
Yeah, the only exits you
Sorry, I
find
didn't
are
hear
this.
you. I was getting back up.
Yeah, the only exit you find are these doors over here to the west.
This must have
I
just
say
been
we
a
got.
quiet, comfy
I say we
spot.
gotta try it.
I'd say you're welcome to open those doors. I'm going to go down and check the rest of the rooms before we open more of them. So Telatar and Telovere are going to go down and investigate the bedroom area before we get into another fight, because I have a sneaking suspicion we're cruising that way pretty quickly.
Sure. So a quick dart down there. 5 bedrolls with a small chest beside each one are tucked into the room. A large desk stands near the east wall. To the south, a long table with chairs around it, a kitchen or dining area.
I'm going to investigate the desk, just see if there's anything of note in there. And if not, Telovere is going to go back out and look at the dragon a little bit more. Not
Sure.
doing anything, just to investigate it and look.
You got it. Loktar, hold still there for a second. Telovere, could I
Oh,
have
no.
a DC 18 dexterity saving throw?
Haha! I should have guessed. Oh my god, that's a 21.
That is a
Nice.
21. Excellent.
Oh,
So proud of you.
Okay. So,
So you only take half.
21 means you only take half
Oh, man.
of 20.
I'm down.
Spiders swarm out of the desk, cover Telovere, and I think I just heard you go down.
I'm down. I had
Okay.
9 hit points left.
Loktar, you're basically coming around the corner just in time to watch Telovere under a swarm of spiders. They're on top of him. They're biting away at him.
Just run over and start smashing him with the club. Just kidding.
Death save, death fail.
That is kind of all I got in my bag, though. So somebody might have to help us over here.
Okay. So
Thanks, buddy.
we're in combat for a moment because I'm going to need. So Loktar runs over, starts smashing the spiders. Loktar, you get done smashing the spiders. You realize that the spiders were magical. They disappear as you're like smashing at them. But that would be your action. So that means I'm going to need at least one death saving throw from Telovere.
Lovely.
Or other things.
Ooh. Nat 20.
But you just sproink
Oh,
back up
wow.
with 1 hit point. You're like, spiders ain't taking me out.
I hate spiders.
CPR from your minotaurs.
Yeah, basically.
All right. So, that now done. You notice after the spiders that the desk does contain some notes written in various languages. It also contains a gold and gem encrusted spider worth about 500 gold pieces. Like a little golden spider paperweight.
I'm going to take the spider and go, I really hate these things.
Just look at it. It looks right back at you.
I'm just going to quickly stuff it in my bag and then look at the notes. Is there anything of interest in those notes? If I can read them at all.
Give me a quick history check as you speed scan through the notes.
All right.
And as you do that speed
Haha.
scanning, away
That's
to
a
the
7.
north, too disorganized. You falling down and the spiders coming out, they're all out of order. You'll need to go through and put them in date order to figure out what's important and what's just, notes from the past. Up to the north, though, Duren, Montgomery, Fortune. What are you up to?
No,
You want to check this door out? See if you can hear
Why?
anything behind it?
I mean, a stiff breeze will knock me over, so I'm a little afraid to open any doors at the moment.
I can go in. Oh, I can turn myself invisible. Hold on.
Look, can everybody go invisible? What is this?
Wait, where's Las-Dal?
It's one of
Perhaps
those
if there were
cool-
fewer torches. Yes.
Hidden.
I
yeah,
can't see without my torch.
I think that's hidden step for Furbolgs.
Yeah. Yep.
I
So I'll
will
go
take-
ahead and use it, and then
Before you open the door real quick,
Mhm.
I will use the hat of disguise that I'm wearing to turn myself into the Duragar mage from before. If I can do that.
Sure.
Just so maybe if it sees me, it's like, oh, it's him. even though there's a good chance it's like, oh, it's him.
Sounds good.
Okay, so I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna open.
Okay.
Oh, motherfucker!
You open the door, you see 4 giant lizards, like, looking over in your direction, and they start
And I
sort
go,
of lumbering
"So-
towards the door.
sorry, wrong door.
Boom.
Oh wait, they don't see me.
They
Yeah,
just
but
start
he's-
heading towards the open door. But then they stop
Well-
when the door closes. And you hear like a little like kind of lizard giant noise. I don't know what kind of
I
noise.
say we leave.
Yeah, I don't think we need to play with them. Go back to everyone else.
Yeah.
Telovere, where are you?
I
Down
like how
in the,
they saw a door open and a floating torch,
Mhm.
and then just out of nowhere, a voice goes, "Sorry, wrong door."
That is the only
And
thing
then
that doesn't
closes
say
the
your
door.
equipment goes invisible. Just you.
Telovere answers, down in the barracks. Are we done here?
You find
Yeah,
anything
I
fun
think
down
it's
here?
time to go.
No.
Okay, let's.
There might have been some cool treasure with those lizards, but it's not worth me dying.
Is there anything down in this kind of like last bottom room, real quick? Just kind of like peeking my head through.
Sure. You find boxes of dried meat and other shelf-stable provisions, a lot of moss and fungus. In the southeast corner, there's an ice box. It's got some cold stones in it that's full of raw meat.
An icebox with cold stone in it?
With cold stone.
I love that place.
Wow, ice cream.
Yeah.
Can I just do like a look through essentially the mushrooms, just to see if there's anything that catches my eyes, maybe a potentially rare one, or anything that might be worth selling?
Sure.
Or
Give me a quick nature
onto.
check.
Nature.
These would be rare foods on the surface, so
Oh,
you could bring some of these back up and try and sell them. I mean,
okay.
you'd be hawking them for the experience more than the value or the quality.
Being a gourmet is fun. If anyone else wants some kind of interesting fungus and meat, there's some here. Otherwise, I'll just take some and put it in my bag and bring it back.
Oh, we'll have plenty of meat once I butcher this dragon up.
I mean,
Oh my
I
God.
actually look forward to that so much. This
Oh,
must
don't
be
worry.
a weird experience.
I've never tried spider dragon. It'll be a first.
I'd never heard of a spider dragon.
No?
I can't say that I have either, and it is interesting.
All right. So, am I hearing that the party is evacing at this point?
I
Yes.
think so.
I think so.
We don't want to go check those other two doors to the north.
It did say
No.
something about a ritual taking place that I
Yeah.
mentioned.
Yeah, I don't know if we.
Doing something to the north, he said.
I can see maybe not messing with the lizards, but if there's some ritual going on, we probably shouldn't ignore it.
But I think that, like, we can't get into the top door.
Oh, excuse me.
I
It's
don't
our-
know. I
I
don't
wasn't
know about
here.
you, gentlemen, but I need to take a rest for a little while. I'm feeling
You're
a
like,
wee bit
I
put
just
upon.
died.
Listen, you all are welcome to go and attend to whatever business you have up there. But from what I could gather, it's none of our damn business.
You know what?
I mean,
If
none of this
Telovere is saying we should go, we should go. He's the one that likes to like face death in the face and say, "Screw you, I'm living."
All right, I'm okay.
I will
evacing.
state simply because I feel I must. If our good friend Montgomery here feels as though it is better for us to stay, we will stay. But please note that I am all but expended in every single way possible.
I mean,
Yeah.
but here's the thing: is that where we're at right now, we can either die or we can go back and possibly die because we pissed off a wizard.
Well, we can't run away from that forever either. So I don't plan to live in the Underdark.
I don't think living in the Underdark would matter anyway, since the assassin is standing right there.
Well, that too.
And
And
as,
everyone just looks at her
Well,
in the room.
what-
as Melena's sort
what
of
if-
following behind you, like, she's like, I don't think you understand. Illustrial's not mad at you. She's
devastated.
crying. She had a full-on breakdown, and I have never seen that.
Hold on. I'm sorry. I was in the middle of fighting a dragon, apparently, when all this went down. What exactly happened besides Lolth destroying things? How are the items the dust now?
That
There you
seems to
are.
be the case.
Couldn't she just wait a few days until
Lolth.
her exhaustion is gone, and then cast wish again, and then try to get them all back?
No.
As far as I understand it, wishes are terribly taxing, and Zalarian sort of like, I can actually speak to this one. That could remove her ability to ever cast that spell again, if she even has it after this most recent escapade. That's really the danger you see of it. And he just launches into an explanation, probably gets Montgomery nodding along, after, calling upon the arcane energies and letting them flow through you. You can end up exhausting your ability to ever do so again. Very dangerous, and that's why I think she undertook such a extreme measure to stop this Vecna person.
Well, if it is any consolation, the results of the first wish
Resulted in the
Behold,
destruction of her entire collection of magical items, Lolth.
Yes, precisely.
And
Precisely.
I don't think that was the intended thing. Just to be quite clear.
no, but if that is the balancing cost that the magic demanded, perhaps.
Can we look at it that way for now, at least?
Can we not
Yes.
can we possibly not look at it that way and just look at maybe we need to go home for at least a little bit?
I assume we're kind of talking about this as we make our way
Yeah,
towards the
but I would
portal
say
at this point.
to make your way towards it. I'm also getting the impression that at this point the two minotaurs are like loading up the dragon spider's corpse to kind of haul it along
yeah.
with.
Yeah, one on each shoulder, just like one's holding the neck, one's holding the body, like they're just walking and dragging along,
You got it. So in time, the party finds themselves back in the sanctum, where everybody gets a chance to witness the pile of glitter by the cabinet where many, 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 many magical items have been destroyed. The trail of bugbear footprints leading up to the dais where the portal was. And then, the little bit of like a disturbance where somebody had walked in, looked at it.
Lolth. I knew it was bad, but what in Merkel's name?
I apologize for the condition of the curio doors. I was in a hurry. Perhaps we might mend them.
I don't know.
Yeah. I think the situation is well beyond mending.
I'll make us some mushroom coffee.
Yes.
Really? I'll have some.
Well, perhaps we shouldn't stay. I wouldn't want to upset the lady of the house further.
I think you're going to give the lady of the house a very detailed, personal apology before we do anything else, Lolth.
That's only right.
He's not going to give her anything. She's in a state of a breakdown because of what you did.
At the moment, she's either sleeping or crying, and we're going to leave her be. She was already exhausted. I had Tasha make sure that she was going to be okay magically, but let's give her some space for now.
Yes.
As I understand it, now that you're here, and if Mordenkainen is to be believed, now that you have that piece of the rod, the portal will reset to take you where you need to go next.
Okay, well, it's gonna.
So
have
we
to
can't
wait
go stop the
really
ritual
long.
now? I didn't realize we weren't going to be able to go back.
Yeah, it's not like the next door opens Just the one door we have changes where it goes.
Yes, that's
I
how
gotcha.
that's how the magic was set up to take you to where you need to get to take this. If this was anything less than the salvation of reality, but
Yes.
for now, go rest, prepare yourselves, then get out of my home before I kill you all.
Sorry for the trouble.
So
I
she'll
think
head
it's
over
what?
to one of the staircases, make her way up. You know the rooms are up there. Zalarian stays behind and says, so that staircase over there will take you up to where you can rest. There's only the one bed, but, you know, couches.
Can't find any spot with a little sun on it. That'll work for me. Thank you for keeping her as, reasonable as possible at that time.
Yeah.
We could tell you were really putting in a lot of effort to keep us alive.
Yeah,
Um,
I'll do what I can for you. I was hoping to help you out a bit more.
yes, you may be able. I've lost my head, it would seem.
You've
I had a head that was the eyes stitched open so that my Lord Grankle may
Loktar,
observe.
Loktar,
It
I'll
was
help.
also disintegrated.
Loktar, I'll help you with that one. It we'll
Mm.
we'll find something for you.
A new head.
Zalarian,
The Cyclops head would have been perfect.
Zalarian, was it?
yes.
I know that this is a paltry offering compared to what she has lost, but I did have her Librum of souls and flesh in my possession, and I wish to return it to her. I understand it's obviously nothing compared to what she lost, but
It
perhaps something.
will it still be useful to you?
It would, but in
Then
the long run, I am a very small player on a very large board, and I think your associate would have more use out of it, perhaps.
I would say keep it from now if it's useful to you. Many things will be forgiven if you manage this. And if you fail, none of it will matter. It's sort of the benefit of working in these world-ending scenarios. I can remember Thando, Shigara, and I. Never mind. But if you should succeed, and
I will very obviously return her Librum to her. That is not in question.
and then when you are, as Mordenkainen put it, heroes of the realm and such, it will probably be a good deal easier for you to help repay Illustrial for 700 years worth of effort.
Perhaps Loktar's head at her waist will be of some comfort. With the eyes stitched open, of course.
Loktar, what have you gotten us into?
Not normally one for vengeance, but
She had not a rod of 7 parts until now. She will now have.
Loktar.
Now she has space as well to display it. All is not lost.
Salarian.
yes.
Forgive my companion's incompetence.
I
ask for your forgiveness.
I've dealt with such sorts before. Every group has their own dynamics. But for now, a little bit of rest, if there's anything that you desperately need, I'll be happy to look around Sigil for you. There are many portals here, though I just keep bringing back those winds.
I have one question for you, and it is a very easy one. It does not require any sort of magical object or anything like that. Do you have a place for me to put this dragon corpse?
Yes, that I can do.
Perfect. I just need access to it to just harvest it and do various sundry things to it. I don't require anything else from you. You're perfectly fine to go on your way once you've put me there.
Don't need
I'll
to
sleep there as well.
Don't need to explain. Okay. Wasn't expecting that, but yes, we can definitely get that done for you.
Thank you.
And I'll
So-
make that mushroom coffee for Montgomery and I as we all rest. Duren, you want some mushroom coffee?
Sure.
Coffee. So, I would like to be able to now say the party has gained the benefits of a long rest. I'm going to add a little complication to that.
Oh,
Um,
no.
Oh,
What level are you all right now?
11.
11. Yeah.
11. That's a pretty good level. But you know what's probably a better level?
12.
12's probably a
Well,
better
20. 20.
20 would have been good, but you only asked for 12. So all characters will gain the level 12. We won't make you do that on stream now. We won't probably need some of the effects of being 12th level for a little bit, so we can continue on at the moment. Things that we have learned so far. The portal is now directing you to where the rod's next piece is. That rod's next piece is somewhere in the astral sea. Would anybody like to give me a insight check to see if we can narrow down a little more information as you give some consideration to that rod?
Montgomery, you know the most about the Astral Sea. I'm sorry to bring up bad memories, but
That's exactly how I don't want to think about it.
should I just stick my head into the portal and see what I see?
No, don't do that. Don't, for the love of all that is anything.
Yeah,
don't do
that might start everything. And we're not ready.
I'll do some research into it. So I'll roll for an insight.
Sure, go ahead and give me an insight.
I'm that is a 9.
So, you focus on the rod, but all you can think about is dragon bones. You're like, oh, the things I could do. You do suss out that holding this piece, you can cast the commune spell,
Oh,
but you just can't focus on the astral sea when you're like, I just want to go back and play with the body.
I really just want to go. I'm not going to finish that joke actually, because we are on a live stream.
We are.
And Nick's mother or grandmother is watching.
My grandmother might be watching.
There are
Exactly.
grandmothers out
See?
there. And by the way, hello, grandmothers out there.
I'm
Thanks for
being
swinging
very
by.
age appropriate.
Mm-hmm.
So, what did you learn from the rod?
Oh yes, the rod. Nothing. It's the astral sea. Very big. Very astral and very sea.
Could have told you that.
Is there any
Well, you
particular
didn't, and that was part of the problem.
Is there any particular connection between Sigil and the Astral Sea? Like, obviously, portals everywhere along Sigil, but if the Astral Sea is a very large, encompassing space, where does Sigil lie in that?
Sigil believes itself to be the center of everything. Many people disagree, but the astral sea is basically the paths between stuff. So between Sigil and other places, there would be that astral sea. So the astral sea is really everywhere that anything else isn't. That sounds
Anyone-
philosophical. Let's go with that.
Yeah.
Works for me.
So
Like-
if we go through the portal again, we can definitely get back, right?
Yeah, we were just able to get through this portal.
Yes, but remember, the Astral Sea is a very different place.
We're gonna just step through the portal and whoa, no gravity. We're just in the middle.
Uh,
Sure.
From what I've studied, yes, that's actually a very real possibility.
That is an excellent possibility. How about an Arcana check to see what we know of the Astral Sea?
You got this
Oh
Telovere
Oh
should
my
have
machinery.
god!
I'll go too.
Wow, what a horrible roll.
I think
Actually,
Montgomery's eyes are
with
just like
advantage.
fluttering as he's trying to recall it, like holding it back. I will say the players do have rerolls if they'd like to use some of the rerolls
That's
up.
true, and they're going to go away after today, I believe.
They're starting. They were not carrying the rerolls over. I was nice to you last week because we cut it short a little bit, but 4 rerolls to use up.
I've already given away too many of my secrets. I don't want to give away any more right now.
All right, we're standing. We're standing.
Mother.
Just for fun, I'll roll. I'm glad the roll matches.
Are there any books that I could like? I don't know how much time we have while we're in Sigil at the moment.
So as you say,
But-
are there any books? You look over to the west side, and there's just the library of Illustrial Silverhand. Every book is immaculate, gilded, fantastic. Whole section on the Astral Sea over there.
Look, whatever you do, stay on the opposite side of the room from there, please.
What was
Yeah.
the gentleman's name again? Not Valerian.
Zalarian.
Zalarian. Okay. I will find Zalarian first and ask him for permission and guidance on looking through the books for about the Astral Sea.
Oh, I would think were Illustrial here, she would permit it. She's fairly giving. Just over. Maybe he could stay back there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll only touch what's necessary.
He'll help you.
I do not read.
That explains quite a bit, actually. So as he, helps you sort through, the Astral Sea is all the places that other places aren't. When in the Astral Sea, people can move by thought alone. There is no real
Oh
up
no,
down.
Lothar.
It's just a matter of thinking where you want to go,
Thoughts.
and it'll move you in that direction. Time doesn't really pass there. People don't age. They don't grow hungry. It is a realm of thought, of magic, interspersed with fantastic sights. It's also where gods go to die.
Oh, got any favorites?
Oh, well, and he says, probably, and he looks over at Loktar for a moment. Well,
If you're looking
Scrigax.
to me for suggestions, I would send Grumsh there, were I given the opportunity.
Well, it was more that just looking at you, I recalled that of the bugbear gods, the 3 became 2, so that would mean there's probably one floating around.
There's one of your dead gods out there.
Intriguing
try-
prospect.
Try not to think too hard about that.
I think the one particular thing, fortunately, we're looking for in this information is just: are there any notable locations as well?
Well, let me have a go. Can I hold that for you for a bit?
Of course.
And he takes the little staff head and he concentrates on it and he gives a little bit of thought there. And as he does, let's see if maybe he's gives it a bit of thought. I would say, based on what this is telling us, you're going to be near one of the masses that used to be a god. It's indicating a god of chaos or a god of discord. There's a number of them that it could be. I can't narrow it down.
Can you
with more
tell?
information.
Is it something like Moander?
Could have been. Could have been. I don't recognize the feeling that I'm getting from this. I haven't spent much time in the astral sea myself. More of a protectionist. I was studying gemology really before it came through.
It's a shame we're not meeting on better terms. It'd be really fun to kind of pick your brain.
I'd
Not literally.
I'd love such discourse if we had but time. Um, but we can look forward to it after you're successful. I'm sure we'll be kept quite busy.
That is more true than I'd like, to be honest. But
Uh,
what can you do?
Doctor,
Yeah.
I have a question for you.
Yes.
You said you needed a new focus of sorts, yes?
Did I say such?
You wanted a new head.
Yes. Yes, I had.
Yes. Is it a purely ceremonial purpose, or do you have some sort of uh, more strategic magical purpose for it?
I stitch its eyes open and allow my grandcoal to see through its eyes. Stitching is
Okay.
not necessary. I could also remove the lids. Is
I
faster, just not as stylish in my opinion.
Okay. I ask because I was going to see if well, I can't promise you it's going to be 2 eyes, but if you'd like to pop out one of the eyes of the spider dragon, you can have that, and you could use that as a little focus if you wish. I'm sure we could find some way to preserve it here in Sigil.
Intriguing prospect. I accept.
And being that it is a being of some power and renown, it may help you regain at least some favor with your god and all that fun, fantastical stuff.
Yes, it would seem they have forsaken me as of late.
Perhaps
Then,
you can follow suit.
by all means, you are welcome to have one of the eyes. The other
Yes.
7, however, are still mine, as is the rest of the body. So none of you touch it. I have
Perhaps
use for it.
2 eyes. They do not care for Grumsh, you see. I would not want
Oh, I
to
didn't even
send,
think about that.
I would not want to send the wrong message.
I suppose I could part with 2 eyes, yes. You'll owe me a favor in future, but yes, I could do that. 2 eyes in exchange for a favor, yes?
Very well.
Very good.
2
Those
spider
never-ending
dragon
list of
eyes.
favors.
I imagine I just pluck them out and I'm like, here you go.
Yep. And for a moment, after you've got them plucked out, and you look down at your hand, a hand holding an eyeball, and you're just like, where have I? Oh no. Oh.
Doctor, are we the baddies?
I've been called that once or twice.
I have 2. Here you go.
And
Speaking
then
of,
the moment passes.
Duren,
I'm
have
not.
you noticed any difference since you invoked Vecna's power?
Not yet.
I did forget you did that.
I regret doing it, but I only did it to help save us.
I mean, I don't think
to protect my allies,
I don't think
not in an
anyone here is
act of,
complaining.
not in an
No.
act of malice.
It was impressive watching you just clock an invisible mage in the head and kill him. In
Yeah,
one
it was
blow.
probably really cool to see me do a divine strike. So all this radiant damage came out, and then a bunch of necrotic damage also came out.
And then there was
So,
a
like,
spot with no one.
big, like bright light, and then like crackling green energy shoot out of my my sword at the same time.
Yep. And then at the conclusion of that, a Drugar appeared and then fell over dead.
Yeah, because the spell ended.
Yep. And so, you've all rested. The portal awaits. Any other preparation or research I should be aware of?
Probably, if possible, Fortune would like to try and go buy some better healing potions so that he can contribute a little bit should anyone be
Good
in
idea.
danger. Because I don't have any healing potions on my hand.
Sure.
Only the potion of invulnerability, and I forget what the other one was, but the invulnerability was the really good luck one.
Absolutely. Standard healing potions readily available to you. Other ones would have been available, but something happened. So I'm going to need a quick persuasion check just to see if you can find somebody willing to sell, as there's been a run on the market recently.
All right, persuasion. No. Yeah. Nope.
No!
Use one of those player rerolls.
You
I
could
will
use one of those player rerolls.
But I
Player
only have a
reroll
plus
deployed.
0, so persuasion is one of the few skills I got nothing in. But
Here we go.
16's pretty good. So you walk out into Sigil, you take a look around, you get the hey Burke, need a tout, and young halfling woman looks up at you, kind of gives you the eye. You try and ask where to buy. She's like, don't even. And she looks over at you. She's like, you know what? I fell into some good luck recently. Come on, I'll show you where to go. And she'll take you
thank
over.
you so much.
She's like, yeah. Friend of mine.
You're like in the Chinatown of Sigil. She's gonna sneak you into the building.
She's going to get you in there. She gets you set up. She's like, now remember this when you're rich and famous, because that's where all the good gold comes from.
Uh-huh.
You
Well,
get set up.
hopefully the insurmountable debt doesn't get in the way.
We'll catch up on how many you buy off screen, but you'll buy as many as you wish and can afford.
And for a secret, if you wish now, Fortune has it used to fit him as an anklet that he took from the first lock he ever picked. But of course now he is a grown tabaxi and it no longer fits him. But he did have a period where he wore an anklet all the time.
An
Bastion.
anklet that was the loop of the first lock you picked?
Yeah, like the little chain in the lock itself.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Where do we know where it is now? Is that part of the secret?
Yeah, we could say that's part of the secret. He actually buried it around Waterdeep when he visited at one point.
Oh. Okay.
I can't say more than that because that would give another
Nope,
secret.
that's fine. That's a solid little hey, what's going on? And I'm gonna say maybe in commerce from maybe in communications from someone. They're like, whatever happened to that thing? And the others have caught on. So healing potions acquired. Anything else while you're in the smoggy but beautiful Sigil?
I don't think I have a
Get
whole
the-
lot of time here, but were you going to
Get
say a
that
little
curse, the curse removed from the shield. That's it.
Yes.
That'd be
I
an
have- I have a-
excellent thing to do.
I have a companion
if-
who I
if we
cannot
still
stop
had the
throwing knives
shield.
at.
That's okay. We only have to cast the remove curse on Loktar. So Loktar can go out and get a remove curse cast at one of the no gods are worshipped in Sigil, but there are still divine casters. So Badook.
If anything, I can now cast remove curse.
Oh hey, Duren can take care of it for you.
So I got you, bro.
You got it.
Okay.
And as the curse is removed, Fortune does pull out like 4 little poppers and just the little celebratory confetti goes up everywhere. Probably
You like
exciting to
have him
glitter.
on one of those like circus spinners, and you're just throwing knives.
As you set off for the poppers for the first time, they don't all float towards Loktar.
It worked.
All right, so I know what Loktar's doing, Fortune's doing, Duren, Montgomery, Televere's playing with the dragon and such. Duren, Montgomery, any prep on your side?
I don't think so. I have pretty good equipment. And I'm not giving up my artifact because I earned it and I didn't F up.
Fair deal. Montgomery, I'm going to bring this one over to you. As a DM to player, so that the story can continue, I'm going to ask that you find a way that we get to the Astral Sea. As a DM to character, I'm very interested to hear what is it that that's going to bring you around. That we're going from no way, no how am I going. What's the sequence of events that makes that settle in? Oh, mute. Are you muted? I can't hear you.
I am
There we go.
muted. It's interesting you ask that because I've been thinking about this too because I didn't expect all the failures when the other characters were going to do it, right? But he really doesn't want to go back to the Astral Sea because he was trapped there for so long and, he lost all his immediate family and everything. And, but he's been thinking begrudgingly that he probably needs to pick up the piece of the rod and try and commune and see what he can find out, but he's not happy about it.
It's just right there. You gonna lift it up?
Yep.
And you lift it up. You give it a thought. And I think I heard you say you're going to use the commune ability.
Yes, I think so. Just to
All right.
see
So go
what
ahead
we
and
can find out.
lead me off with the insight check. Let's see if this is somewhere that you've been before. Huh! As you
Wow.
pick up the staff head and you think about it and you start to get that feel that 90 degrees from reality is where you're going, and you get the impressions. I think this might have been one of the places that you drifted by at some point in the distant past. A rocky formation floating in the void, headless, missing limbs, a skeletal spine, ribs that arc up. You recall the name from some other being you encountered in the Astral Sea. The dead god Havoc, god of chaos, god of discord and distortion. It's been floating about out there for time immemorial. It's big enough and stable enough that maybe you could have gone and settled there, try and wait it out, wait for a ship to come by. But also dangerous. Those big things draw visitors and travelers, and once there's visitors and travelers, the predators follow. For the commune spell itself, though, as you reach out, you can ask up to 3 questions that can be answered with a yes or a no. What 3 questions are you reaching out to, and who is the deity that you would address them to?
Well, as far as the deity, that would be easy. So it would be, of course, to his god of death.
So Kalimvor is
Kelemvor. Yep. So, God, what do I want to ask though?
While this is
So
happening,
this rocky. So we know. I'm just trying to understand, make sure I understand this clearly. So this rocky formation, this is where the next piece is.
This is
This
where
is
the
where
next
we need
piece
to go?
is. This is where you need to go.
Okay.
And this is where the portal will take you to.
Boy, I'm not sure the 3 questions. Let me think for a second. Sorry.
Sure. Ooh, hang on. We just got a thank you very much. $20 donation to the Center for Suicide Awareness. As we give Ed a moment, let's just mention what we're doing here. For this month, 20 sides to every story. As part of our 7th year anniversary, we are running a charity donation set for the Center for Suicide Awareness. If you don't know what it is, at least go check out and figure out what they are. They're a great cause. They have a hotline, helpline for anybody who needs to talk. And even just by saying, hey, are you aware that exists? That's half of what we want to get done here. Just make sure everybody knows what resources are out there. If you want to double down, ask your friends how they're doing, because you never know how everybody's doing. Have the communication, let them know the resources out there. To help sponsor those hotlines and get that news out there, that's where these donations are headed. And somebody just kicked in $20. Handshot First 664 has awarded player rerolls. 4 of them. So that is going to kick us up
Nice.
to. You know what I'm going to do, because we've got 3 at the pot right now. I'm going to leave those 4 unclaimed for the moment, because we've got other streams kicking up. If they don't use them up now in the Astral Sea and other places that they might be heading, then we'll leave that for the stream coming up tomorrow, which will be our DCC X-Crawl Murder Mountain. I've already forgotten what the name of the X-Crawl we're going to be doing is, but we'll see how that goes. So I may save that one for tomorrow night. Got a little feedback there for a second.
I got you. It was my fault.
Nope, no problem at all. But now, having said all that stuff, and thanks everybody for the donations. On that note, we set an initial goal of $500 because we did so well so early in the month. Alex made it harder for us, so he bumped the goal up to 1,000. We are already at 693, so thank you all for your absolutely fantastic charity and donations there. Kicking it back over to Ed, what has Montgomery decided to ask Kelemvor?
All right. His first question is, should we proceed without stealth and go boldly after the next piece of the rod?
I would say Kelemvor would say yes.
Okay. Is Seraphina safe while I'm away?
Ooh, I'm going to come back with a maybe on that one. So
Ooh.
you're getting an unclear.
And should I train again in Wizard?
Should I train again in Wizard?
That is a personal choice. Only you shall know.
Well, I know, but I'm curious to see. I didn't have another good question, so.
Surely he would just say cleric because, put more.
Yeah,
faith
he
in
would
me.
want you to be worshiping him, so he'd probably want cleric.
Well, I have a level of cleric.
Yeah,
I
but you
think-
could worship me better.
I think you're going to get back a positive for the decision that you make. So
Okay.
you're going to get back a you are in my service, you pursue to your own ends.
Yep.
As long as you advance, basically, as long as you continue growing, that is the right answer. And with that, you can feel the power of the staff is exhausted for the moment. It will recharge, but it'll take it about a week.
All right.
And we just all get together and are ready to jump into the Astral Sea.
Let's do it.
Can you tell us that you communed with your god and that he said we should go boldly?
Yeah, I will. As we sit down and have a meal or whatever, I'll go over what I found out.
And I think when we enter the portal, we should all stand in a circle holding hands and jump in together.
I think
you
Lothar
could-
will need our guidance.
Are we going to sing Kumbaya as well? Where are you going with this?
No, I just don't want to jump into space and us all be thrown in different directions.
Yeah, we don't want to leave you behind, Montgomery. We want to keep you with us so we can help, allay your fears.
I must confess, I was immediately repulsed by the suggestion, but you've made sense of it. Thank you, Duren.
All right. So you all sort of form up on the dais, you link hands. A quick question. There's a, furry paw. There's a big hand. There's another furry hand. There's an elven hand. There's a human hand. There's a cold human hand. And then there's the big, bony hands of 2 minotaurs.
I'm holding both their hands like I'm taking them to school, one on either side of
One
me.
to the side. Got it. So as this little menagerie forms up and you start kind of awkwardly shuffling towards the portal, as you break the plane of the portal, you all kind of pass through. As you make it into the doorway, you enter a silver clouded void. Lucent wisps of white and gray fog swirl in the distance among pinpricks of starlight. For a few seconds, there's no sense of direction, and then you all sort of look at each other, and down's probably where your feet are, up is probably where your head is, so that's about all you're going to get out of it. Down has a large stony mass, and you're moving towards it. You're not falling, there's no rush of wind, there's no feel from the pit of your stomach, but you are moving towards that thing. As you start to get a feel for yourself, good.
Did you say large stony ass?
Mass.
Oh, mass. I'm
Mass.
sorry, I just totally misheard. I wasn't sure.
But I will say, it is a big torso, so it's possible that that side's facing up at the moment. So as you gaze upon the moon,
Okay.
That's no moon. That's a dead god. You find yourselves heading towards the corrupted, stony remains of the god Havoc.
All right, and you said that you move with thought here, right?
Yeah. So let me ask you a question. Which way are you thinking about moving?
I would to think about moving towards the rock, the god.
Sure. You move at 5 times your intelligence score. What is your intelligence score?
Well, do we all move together because we're holding hands?
You
Dang, we're
move
fast.
at 5 times your intelligence score towards the god.
Okay,
Should
then
we go
minus
up?
40. Minus 40.
Okay. So at 40 feet per round, you're moving towards that. It's big, but it's probably a mile distant. Fortune,
So 40 feet for 6 seconds.
for 6 seconds. We're not going to worry about how many minutes you're going to be floating, but Fortune, Montgomery, Telovere, etc., Loktar, and Las-Dal. The skeletons are going to be dragged behind you. They're not very bright. So
Yeah, they're going to be with me.
so they're getting pulled along. Is anybody letting go to try and travel on their own, or are you going as a tightly clustered group?
I say we hold hands till we get down there.
Yeah, I'll stay together.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Is there any chance we
Because
know anything about this?
Telovere is about to teleport down there in an instant, and I'm gonna be like feather falling down.
It may take just a little while to get down there. So, welcome to the Astral Sea. As you are slowly making your way towards this stone, you noticed out in the distance 2 of those little pinpricks of starlight are moving in a different pattern to the rest of the dots. They get a little bit closer and they get a little bit larger, and then a little closer and then a little larger, but you find yourself focusing on them maybe in spite of your best efforts. You know, you look other places, but you keep glancing back up towards them. As we close out tonight's session, that little light that's been glowing there in the distance, growing a bit bigger each time, finally illuminates what it's attached to.
Oh no.
Not another dragon.
At
It's
the
an
end,
anglerfish.
oh wow, you're good. At the end of a stalk attached to its head,
What
a
on earth is that?
being of the astral sea,
It's like a space anglerfish.
like a space anglerfish, is making its way towards you. It doesn't look very smart, but it must have something going on up there because it is moving towards you kind of quick. And that's where we'll wrap up for this evening. We'll pick back up.
Throw the minotaurs.
We'll pick back up to find out how you handle the anglerfish of the astral sea. And thanks everybody for hanging out. Thanks for all the donations. I think we're going to get one more week in our charity month there next week. We will save those 4 re-rolls. Thank you very much for the donation. We're going to save those 4 and pass those along to the next game, which I think will be our DCC game tomorrow night, where going to do some X-Crawl. We're going to have some fun and have a little bit of chaos happen, and we'll start them off with 4 re-rolls. For the players, any shout-outs that we'd like to do as we start to wrap up this evening?
Shout out
once
to all the great raiders who came in and donated. That's
Yeah, I was
really
about to
nice
say,
do
shout
that.
out to them.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you, everybody. All right. Proficiency bonus. Thanks out there. We're going to see if we can pass the level along. Alex, if you're listening, go ahead and hit the raid button. If you're not, I will find that button in just a moment here.
Have a good night, Road Killer.
Thanks very much.
Have a good night, everyone.
Womp womp.
Good night, Nick. You're already cozy and
what?
prepared.
Good night, Grandma.
Aw.
Good night, Grandma.
Good night, Grandma.
All right. Looks like we're good night, Grandma. Looks like we're gonna head over to see Lost Caravan RPG. Thanks everybody for hanging out. We'll see you there in a bit. Have a great one. Bop bop bop. Boom.